All right, it is time for the unveiling of Big Al. So we got a few words to say.
What's his name for Allosaurus? Stand up.
Well, if there's no other place to be, that would be fine. I'd like to hand things over to our curator, Guy Darrow, to get things started.
Thank you folks for coming this morning. I appreciate it. The dinosaur that we have here was done at my studio. Most of it built at my studio, Most World Studios.
Microphone.
I'm proud to present Big Al to you today. The museum needed some teeth. We've got one big skull over here with teeth, but we really needed a dinosaur that has some teeth and really shows some ferocity. So that's Big Al. So anyway, there's a mold this was made from. There's only 2 dinosaurs that have been made from that mold, one's in this country and one's in Europe. And I really think it's one of the best Allosaurus models ever made. And if you look at the see the detail is really wonderful, and then also the coloration and all the patterns are done by a fellow named Shane Folks, who paints a lot of these and really puts life into these models. So anyway, is there any questions by any chance of how it was made or what you got going?
How long did it take?
One like that takes, about 8 months if you got someone working with you. And usually there's a contract. For an artist, you need that contract. If you don't, you know you're going to get in trouble. You probably won't get it done in time. So that's one of the things that you have to have with it. But it takes 2 people quite a long time, and then a lot of people say, it must be fun to make them. Really, it's industrial. At this point, it's really not fun. What's fun is when it's totally done, like today when we're going to roll the covers on, and that's the fun part. So anyway, if there's no questions, and without further ado, go ahead and who's going to do that, by the way?
Go away.
There we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Big Al. Big Al, this was Allosaurus skeleton was found quite a while ago. It was very new to science. And they'll call him Big Al. Anyway, you got Big Al. I'm going to shift over to Mike Fix here. He's a professor, paleontologist, worked on the bones of Allosaurus. It's time to talk about Big Al.
Yeah, just a few fun facts about Allosaurus. Roamed the late Jurassic scene about, we'll say, roughly 160 to 145 million years ago in the late Jurassic. And it was a top predator of its day. And as he said, this is pretty much average length, 28 feet for an Allosaurus. So not in the size range of a T-Rex, not as big, but still one of the top predators of its day. And first Allosaurus fragilis was named in 1877 by Othniel Marsh, who was a very famous dinosaur paleontologist of the late 19th century. And how much would an Allosaurus weigh? Well, there have been various estimates, anywhere from about 1 ton to 3 tons, so it's about 1.7 tons average. So again, not in the range of the T-Rex, which is generally about 5 tons. And what are the distinctive traits of the beast we call Allosaurus fragilis? Well, first of all, its skull is very lightweight and has dozens of sharp, serrated teeth. Better to eat you with, my dear. And it's kind of a lot of flexibility in the lower jaws, which enabled it to gaped very, very wide, which must have aided it in its feeding. And you notice it has horns. Those are essentially what are called lacrimal horns, right, kind of just a little bit in front of and over the eye. And in life, they're even bigger than the ones you see on just a skull. And notice that one of the big differences between this animal and T-Rex, take a look at the forearms. They are bigger and they have 3 fingers, whereas T-Rex only has 2. And so it had more powerful arms for grasping and holding prey, while the teeth did their work. And it was probably not a fast runner based on skeletal elements, but it could probably run fast enough to get the job done. And now the big owl, where does that come from? Well, there was a fossil found in Wyoming in 1991 that was the most complete skeleton of an Allosaurus fragilis found up to that time. And they didn't call it Big Al because it was a big allosaur. It wasn't even full grown. It was about 87% full grown. They named it that because it was 95% complete. And that's very, you see movies like Jurassic Park and you get the impression that dinosaur fossils are relatively complete skeletons. No, most dinosaurs are based on very fragmentary remains. So Big Al was really important because it provided a much more complete skeleton. And then in 1996, another one was found that was even more complete than him, so they call that one Big Al too. And one of the things about Big Al that was a major feature of the TV series, Walking with Dinosaurs, they did a whole episode about Big Al. And one of the things about the skeleton is he had a lot of injuries. Being a predator means that your food can fight back. If you eat plants, you don't have to much worry about that. But when you have to attack and subdue and kill something to eat it, you can get injured. And Al had a lot of injuries. Had injuries to his ribs. He had a really serious infected injury in one of his feet. And tail vertebra was damaged and part of the hip. So he was in a lot of pain. And it's possible that infected toe may have actually contributed to him dying. Or at least it crippled him enough that he probably couldn't hunt very well. So it was kind of a sad story of the original skeleton of Big Al. But here we see a healthy allosaur, not one with a lot of injuries. So anyway, that's our latest addition to the museum. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to entertain them.
All right, thanks a lot. Okay, we'd like to remind all the kids. We have 3 allosaur bones, dino bones, to give to all the kids. Be sure to stop by the front desk, take advantage of that. Where else can you actually get a dino bone around here? So please do that. And you can go in and out. The kids with the vans, there's games and such on the courtyard, and they can come in and out and visit the dinosaur, take pictures with the allosaur there, Big Al if you like, and just have a good time. Thank you.